Welcome back to Hey Kentucky. Now that the NBA draft season is here, it's time to reevaluate the hype level of UK players that are headed or could be headed to the NBA. So Jack Goose-Givens is here with me to help us out. And let's start with P.J. Washington, who made the announcement today. Give me your hype level on P.J.
P.J. is way up there. He's ready. He's maybe a top 15 guy. Anytime you're there, you have to make sure you go ahead and run and yes, get the money as quickly as you can. P.J. paid his dues by coming back again, so he's definitely ready.
Now, this one, I think, sort of swung around. Tyler Herro. Tell me your thoughts on Tyler.
I love Tyler, and because I love him so much, I want him to come back.
Yeah.
I want him to come back. Fact of the matter is, I doubt if he will. He's also in the top 17 picks in the country, maybe up to 20. Maybe having an opportunity to go to the Lakers and play with LeBron James, some of those guys. Once again, I love this guy, and I'm hoping as a Kentucky fan he comes back, but I don't see him coming back.
But I don't think we had that thought at the beginning of the season, but it looks like he could go. What about Keldon Johnson?
Keldon also will go. I think his stock has dropped a little bit. Yeah. He was earlier in the season mentioned in the top 10, maybe all the way up to one of the top 5 in the country. He has fallen off primarily because of inconsistency. I think it would do him well to do what PJ did and come back another year and improve his game. But anytime you're in the top 20, the chances of that happening are almost nil.
Now, I'm interested in what you think about Ashton Hagans.
Ashton improved over the course of the season.
Yeah.
I think he
had a great December.
Yeah. Well,
late December, early January, he was killing it.
Yeah, and what happens to some young guys, particularly freshmen, is by the time you get to January, you've played all the games you've played as a high school player. You kind of hit the wall. Now, I like what happened with him the rest of the year because I look at him as a former player. I look at him differently than most fans do, and they look at numbers. Yeah. I look at growth mentally. I look at all of those little things that he did, and I think he had a really, really good season all the way through. Not the real big games that he had during December, but steady. Turnover is a little bit of a problem, but I look for him to come back.
And finally, Reid Travis. What do you think? I mean, obviously he's going to go. But what's his chances of making it in the league?
I think Reid will end up playing a few seasons overseas before he gets a real opportunity in the NBA. Overseas, he can play below the rim as he does, position basketball. In the NBA, you have to play above the rim. You have to be a little bit better athlete than he shows. But listen, I played in Italy, I played in Japan, I played in Belgium. That overseas career could be pretty good.
But let me ask you, let me go back to Tyler Herro and Ashton Hagans just for a moment. Because it seems to me, and Tyler obviously is projected a little higher than Ashton would be. Both those guys could benefit, though, with a return year, don't you think? I mean, Tyler, couldn't he follow the same route P.J. followed?
Yep.
Where, okay, maybe he's top 20 this year, maybe he makes himself a top 10 next.
Yes. Very quick story. Doc Rivers, who was coaching the Orlando Magic when I broadcasted there, had an option to pick Dwight Howard or to pick Emeka Okafor in the draft, number 1 pick.
Right.
I said, Doc, surely you're going to take this young guy, old guy with the experience. We draft on potential in the NBA, and that's what they look for. They look at Tyler's potential, and he has a long NBA career written all over.